My grandfather was a tremendous character. He was inspiring, he was larger than life in many ways. He never really saw or accepted boundaries to what he could achieve, and he would always experiment. And a host of times my father, looking in despair, as he said, well, I want to try it this way, or I want to look in doing it that way. And I think that's why he set up the Rank Prize. It was there for scientific research. And he realised there'd be no future without experimentation, without research, breaking boundaries, pushing new frontiers in science. The Rank Prize funds are incredibly well endowed, but when you look at global research, corporate research, and the development of science, they possibly don't compete with the applied science end of this spectrum. So Lord Selborne, when he took over as chairman, was visionary in thinking that the most important part that we could contribute to is to pure research, to the blue skies thinking of science, to pushing the boundaries of what science can offer. Sometimes they don't lead anywhere, but sometimes they lead into applied science. And it was really important to find a niche where we can contribute to that research. And it recognises early stage research. It convenes so that people can network and talk about that very early stage pure research, and also inspires young early career researchers so that they have the confidence and the tenacity to take pure science through to the more applied levels of it. And that is really important. And when we look back at some of the prizes that we have granted, they often come up 10 or 15 years before they're recognised by the Nobel Prizes, which is rather inspirational.
The Rank Prize Fund is rather like the Nobel Prize for Photonics. It recognises key achievements and persons behind those achievements at a very early stage, and it boosts, therefore, those scientists and recognises their achievements. And because of its prestige, it gave me a huge boost, of course, not just in my own confidence, but also in the recognition that it brought to the particular invention, the erbium doped fiber amplifier and high power laser, which followed. And that's very important because not everybody at an early stage of an invention recognizes its importance. And in my case, it was recognized even before it had become what it is today, which is the basis of the global internet. So it was very courageous of the Rank Prize Fund to do that, and they got it right.
I'm Shuji Nakamura. I received a Nobel Prize in Physics in 2014. I received a Rank Prize in '98 and with Professor Akasaki. I was so excited, so pleased, and it's a big incentive or motivation for me to work very hard. The impact of the LED and the laser diode is to save energy. Because in '98, at the time, all of lighting was a conventional lighting. So by replacing conventional lighting with LEDs, we can reduce a lot of energy. The biggest issue is global warming. We have to reduce energy consumption to overcome the global warming. So that's the reason I received the Rank Prize in 1998.
My work involves summarizing the way children grow. I do this by developing methods to construct growth charts. All new parents get given a red book, a personal child health record, which includes growth charts, which lets you see how well your child's growing. And this allows policymakers and parents to monitor the growth of their children so that policymakers can introduce interventions to improve health, doctors can treat their patients, and parents can be reassured that their child's growing well. I remember well the day that I received the letter telling me that I'd won the Rank Prize, and I was completely stunned by it because I knew exactly what it meant, as I had known about the Rank Prize for probably 20 years by then. The prestige of being awarded it just amazed me. I was just over the moon to be receiving a prize that had such illustrious previous winners like Elsie Widdowson, who is my particular hero.
Lord Rank was very successful in two major areas of science. Family were long established millers and established Rank Service McDougall, very, very successful. His other business interest was Rank Films, Precision Instruments, Rank Xerox. So these two fundamental areas of nutrition and optoelectronics, he could see that there would be possibly a future in promoting and supporting these beyond his ordinary business in a charitable way to benefit mankind.
I'm Donald Bradley. I chair the Optoelectronics Committee. Optoelectronics is important for many aspects of the world in which we live. It contributes to energy generation. So for example, if we think about a solar cell, the optical energy comes from the sun, is converted into electrical power that we can use in our lives. Clearly that is a very important technology in the energy transition that is required to address the problems of climate change.
The Rank Nutrition Committee is the group of scientists who look after the interests of the nutrition research community, and we develop the program of work to support young and more experienced researchers across the UK who are carrying out work in a number of different areas related to nutrition. So this ranges from work on plant breeding all the way through to nutrition and human health. I first became involved with the Rank Prize Funds about 30 years ago when I was invited to participate in one of the mini symposiums that are held in Grasmere in the Lake District. It was a meeting about the gut microbiome, which is now a very hot topic, but 30 years ago wasn't nearly so popular. So a very nice example of where the Rank Prize Funds was looking to the future and spotting an important area.
I first became involved in the Rank Prize Fund when I was invited to one of their mini symposia as an early career researcher, probably 25 years ago. So attending that symposium was just an amazing experience, especially as an early career researcher. The opportunity to not just listen to the experts, but socialise with them, network with them, learn from them, was second to none. It was one of the most amazing conferences I'd been to. I've been to 2 mini symposia and they definitely directly and indirectly affected my research. Just to give an example of the direct interaction, there was a theoretician who I was desperate to meet and discuss her theories of why our materials were doing what they were doing. We had the opportunity to do that at the conference, and we carried on to become collaborators and actually really good friends. So again, that networking, that exchange of ideas was just brilliant.
The atmosphere of the mini symposia is amazing. Everybody's on Christian name terms, no matter whether you're a first-year PhD student or a Nobel Prize winner. So going as a junior investigator, you're meeting people who really, up until that point, were your gods in science. And actually, I remember at my very first symposium, I met Sir Philip Randall, who actually was my PhD supervisor when he did his PhD. So it was really seeing 3 generations of scientists all together.
I came to the University of Southampton in 1995, having met a number of researchers from the university here at the mini symposia. They were very interested in the research I was doing at the time, and they wanted me to come here to Southampton. So the fact that I moved, I think, can be traced directly to actually networking at some of those mini symposia in the early 1990s.
The Rank Prize Fund is really important for early career researchers because it provides a flexible source of independent funding that lets you do what you want with that money. So you could either use it to further your research by buying essential consumables or access to facilities, or even purchasing key equipment, which can be a real stepping stone for your future career. I was awarded the Rank Prize Fund for New Lecturers in 2016, which was right at the very start of my independent research career when I was based at the University of Leeds. It was really exciting to win the Rank Prize for New Lecturers because it gave me this huge confidence boost that not only did other people think what I was doing was worth doing, but that they were confident and excited by it enough to award money to help me do that. And also it gave me then the confidence that actually what I was doing was worthwhile and people wanted to support me in doing that. After winning the Rank Prize Funds for New Lecturers, I was able to conduct some really exciting and novel research, which resulted in 2 quite high impact papers being published. I think I can safely say that without the Rank Prize Funds award, I wouldn't be where I am today. It has accelerated the trajectory of my career to such an extent that I've been awarded much larger research grants and more often than I otherwise would have been. And this in turn has driven the speed and the impact of the research that I've been able to undertake. And that in turn has had a huge impact not only in the agricultural industry but also in the scientific community.
A few years ago I was asked to join the Optoelectronics Committee, and I was really pleased to be asked that because I know the fantastic work they do. They helped me a lot when I was an early career researcher. Now to be on the committee and be able to give back and help people at their early career stage is a real privilege. I've always played a role in gender equality in physics, and I was awarded an OBE in 2009 for encouraging more women to do physics. The Rank Prize Committee's always, I think, been very aware of issues around equality and inclusion, and it's great now as a member of the committee to continue to make a difference, ensuring that we do our very best to reflect the demographics of the community in people who have a lot to offer to the optoelectronics area.
My name is Dr. Alexandra Ramadan and I work on perovskite solar cells. I became involved with the Rank Prize when I received the Research Visionary Award. I think the future of optoelectronics is going to be an incredibly exciting place to be. We have so many exciting new technologies and new semiconductors emerging, and so many opportunities to develop technologies that can change the world for good. We're on the precipice of this climate emergency, and things like the technologies I work on, new solar panels, are going to be incredibly important with ensuring that we can build a real sustainable future for all.
I think in the next 50 years, the Rank Prize Funds is going to be very topical as we face major challenges like climate change and improving food production, particularly because of their interest in nutrition. We don't need to just produce enough food to feed the world, we need to produce nutritious, high-quality food for everyone to have the best health.
My name is Dr. Grace Kangara. I specialize in micronutrient research and sustainable agriculture, and I'm a recipient of the Rank Prize Visionary Award. Receiving the Rank Prize Visionary Award gave me the confidence that I needed to continue with my work, and also it boosted my connections as Rank Prize announced my award. I know Rank has lots of connections for people like myself who are in crop nutrition research, so I see this as an opportunity for me to collaborate with other crop nutritionists. Going into the future, I can see the area of crop nutrition expanding as there is introduction of new technologies, such as the use of nanofertilizers, which are required in minute quantities, but also improve crop nutrition. There are challenges still. Climate change is having its effects on crop nutrition. Any increase in carbon dioxide is projected to result in a decline in crop nutrition. So that's why it is important that the field receives funding so that young scientists like myself can push this field forward and overcome the obstacles of climate change on crop nutrition.
I think it's a really exciting time to work in the field of chemical signalling in the rhizosphere and microbial interactions. We can bring together new disciplines such as predictive bioinformatics and genomics alongside chemical analysis to address some of the challenges faced by humanity, such as antimicrobial resistance and plant pathogens that are resistant to fungicides. Science is inherently more multidisciplinary nowadays, just like the mini symposia. And it's really a great way to start new collaborations and new research ideas and bring everything together in ways that weren't possible before.
I think it's a really exciting time. There are lots of problems that are new or existing where the Rank Prize Fund can continue to make a difference by supporting early career people, bringing scientists together and celebrating achievements.
These first 50 years have been incredibly important. The inspiration, the vision my grandfather had in 1972 has held true up till now, and if you think of the scientific developments in that time, it has been incredibly important. But what we have to look forward to is the next 50 years and how the Rank Prize Funds can support that recognition of the discovery of new science and how it can be applied, the convening around the great challenges and the barriers that we have in science and how we can break down those barriers, and also inspiring young early career students to think about the next 50 years. And that encapsulates my grandfather's vision of pushing the boundaries of science, ensuring research and development does provide some of those answers in the next 50 years.